What's up? What's up? What's up, friends in quarantine? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having an amazing time at home, staying safe, staying healthy, keeping your vibes high. And hey, who cares if the bars are closed right now? We got our happy hour right here. And today we're going to talk really about using spirituality to keep everything moving, to keep everything going, to keep your energy high, to keep your confidence high, to keep your money coming in, and to keep your manifestations working. Because that's one of the things that we find in times of a lot of stress, right? Is that things slow down and things start breaking. And then our anxiety goes up and our stress goes up and the downward spiral starts happening, right? It starts kicking in. And so we're going to talk today about how to use spirituality to keep things moving. Now, this is not necessarily going to be a do this and you will, right? This is not a, well, follow these exact steps and I can guarantee, right? It's not like that, because there are a lot of things going on right now. So what I'm going to give you are recommendations, are suggestions, things that you can try, things that I know have worked before and are working now for me, for my clients, for those I've taught, right? So try these on, see which ones feel good, and reject the rest, right? What I really want you to do is come out of this with one thing that you're going to try, right? And not just try once and see whether it works or doesn't, because, hey, you couldn't even ride a bike the first time you tried it, right? Or even use a knife and fork. And if you quit those before trying it a few more times, you would have a very different and pretty awkward life, right? Talking about awkward, by the way, if you see my eyes switching from side to side, it's because I'm simulcasting right now between Instagram Live and Facebook Live. So I'll be bouncing between these two. And if you have any questions, I would love to see it. First, let's start off, with, if you're watching this live, with where you're watching this from. Where are you quarantined? And if you're watching this in a replay, just leave me a little comment, say #replay. Let me know that you are watching the replays and that you are appreciating it. You can also add your questions, even if you're watching this in replayville, because I will still answer them for you. So, first things first, this is Spirit Shots. So, I'm going to pour myself my first drink. If you have a drink at home, I encourage you to lift a toast with me. Just because we can't be physically in front of each other drinking and having a good time does not mean that we can't have a good time. So here's a cheers to you guys. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for trusting me to, lead you, at least, show you something useful, something helpful in these times. Cheers to your health. Cheers to your business. Cheers to you not just surviving through Corona season, but getting through with grace, getting through with abundance, getting through with joy. Here's to you. All right. Now, the very first thing that I want to show you here, and I want you to do this with me, okay? Yes, this is an interactive portion of this show. So what we're going to do is, a process is not spiritual, but as you know, I weave, right? It's very hard for me to speak only spiritual or only neuroscience or only mindset. To me, it's all together. One of these tools here that I'm about to show you is one of my favorite tools to almost instantly calm down stress, anxiety, and fear. Okay? Now, before I get into this, and I want to really lay this in, the tool that I'm about to show you here is used by Marines who are in combat. So they use this to calm their nerves while bullets are whizzing by their head. And I think, just a hunch, that if it's capable of calming someone down and bringing them off the ledge away from fear, while there are literal bombs exploding feet away from people, I'm pretty sure it will work for us sitting at home on our couches. Okay? And just a little PSA here. There are 2 major threats in this world right now. 2, okay? One is the virus, but the second one is our own fear, is our stress and anxiety. Because and this is biological, okay? So I'm not showing you something that, affects some people and not you. Nope. Humans, all humans. When we get more stressed out, when we feel more fear or anxiety, our brains push energy out of the performance areas required for creativity and patience and willpower and high moods and happiness and focus and strategic thinking. And it takes energy out of all those areas and it pushes it into the areas that are designed for fight, flight, freeze. Okay? So fight, flight, or freeze, that's when we make stupid decisions. That's when we think more about ourselves, so we hurt other people without knowing it. We can fight for resources. We can act in ways that might actually cost other people lives or their money, right? Their well-being. So it's our responsibility, not just for ourselves, but for the responsibility of us to the group, to make sure that we are keeping all of our internal resources close to us, right? So that we can be always our most caring, empathetic, strategic, creative, emotionally balanced, and peaceful and wise. So it really does make a big difference when you use this tool that I'm about to show you before you start thinking about anything important during these times especially, right? And it's really critical to use this tool anytime you start feeling that your stress, anxiety, or fear are increasing, okay? Now, it's called box breathing. It's super simple. You've probably seen it online before, but I'd like you to do it with me. It's very simple. We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, or 4 beats, right? 4 beats in, hold for 4 beats out, hold for 4 beats out, and then 4 beats in. And I'll count for you, and what I'd like you to do is breathe with the counting. Right? So when I count for the breathe in, you're going to breathe in for the entire time. So it's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, it's breathing. Hold, right? And when you're breathing out for the whole time. And we'll just do a few rounds of this, but I want you to notice how quickly this calms your whole body down and your mind, and how quickly you can go from a state of freak out to a state of empowerment. Okay? So breathe with me, right? So you're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold out, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make it slower. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Now breathe normally. Now, if this worked for you, I want to see a comment. Just leave me a comment. Just let me know it worked, right? And let me know how you feel. Whether that calmed you down, whether that spiked your anxiety for some crazy reason, right? I want to know what this effect had on you and whether it really worked. And so this is what we do, right? When we talk about using spirituality in order to keep our money and our manifestations coming. During times where we are afraid, we must understand that the law of attraction does not work based on what you want. It's based on what you believe. Okay? You do not manifest what you want. You manifest what you believe. And what you believe is what you think about most often. Okay? And you can take a random thought that you have, and if you think about it enough times, it becomes a belief, right? It's a belief, it's a thought that's just constant, right? It's like you think you're not good enough, you think you're not good enough times, then you just know that you're not good enough. It becomes a belief. Well, the same thing happens when we're afraid of a virus out there, right? When we feel like, I'm gonna get sick, 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 boom, you get sick, right? And we know that because how many people do you know or have heard of who have done that? People who think that they're sick all the time, right? Or for one reason, they hear one person sneezing and go, oh, fuck, I'm gonna get sick. What happens? They get sick, right? And then there are people like me who I swear to, I do not get sick. I don't get sick. I just don't do it, right? I get sick maybe once every couple of years. And then I'm done with it in like 3 days. Tops, right? Why? Because I told myself over and over and over and over and over again when I was a kid, because I used to get sick all the fucking time. I used to tell myself I don't get sick, I don't get sick, I don't get sick until I beat it in my head, made it a belief. Now that's what I believe and now that's my reality. I don't get sick, period. Okay? So it's important here when we want our energy to flow to catch our thoughts. That's why it's really important to only dip into the news. If you're going to do it at all, dip in, make sure you get only what you need and nothing more. Okay? Only what you need and nothing more. Because when you have a preponderance of this information, it's going to get you, 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 it's deadly, it's killing people, it's everywhere, it's in your home, it's in your mouth, it's in your face. Well, you're going to freak yourself the fuck out. You're going to think about this constantly, consciously or unconsciously. You're going to create a belief around it, then you're going to get it, right? It's the same sort of thing. You believe your business is going to slow down during these times, then it will. But if you believe that your business is going to hold or even speed up, then it might, right? You believe that you're healthy, you focus on your health, then you will draw even more of that health to you. Not to mention that stress, anxiety, and fear lower your immune system. So, when you use box breathing, right? Even just that, you can use that as a tool to push yourself out of fear thinking and into empowered thinking, right? So you can catch yourself, oh, I'm thinking, I find myself looping in worry about what's going on. And I know that's going to break my manifestations because, well, it's not going to break your manifestations. You're just going to manifest shit you don't want, right? So then you catch yourself and you think, oh, I'm done. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to box breathe until I gain control of my thoughts and my energy again. And then I will direct it to what I want even more of. So if you want even more health, focus on how healthy you feel now, right? While you're at home. Do you feel strong? Do you feel like, are you sniffling now? Are you coughing? Are you breathing easy? Right? Can you think straight? How good does it feel to be able to breathe easy and walk around? Right? How good does it feel to be able to sleep well or eat well, have a beautiful appetite and enjoy every day, even if you're at home? Focus on these things. Make these things even bigger. And the bigger these things get, the smaller the other things will get. Are you following how to do this so far, right? Are you catching the drift? So you're going to calm your nerves down with boxed breathing. Then expand in your mind the good things, the things we love, right? It's so easy. When you feel isolated at home, focus in on all of the connections that you have and can make, and your loneliness will decrease while your feeling of connection will increase, and that's what you will bring in. Yeah? So that's when you focus on how good it is that we have all this beautiful technology that, like, look at me right now. I have 2 phones going where I can simulcast on 2 different social media networks, where I can FaceTime with different people. I've got a FaceTime brunch set up with friends on Saturday. And yes, it will be a bottomless brunch. And we can have all these things. Like, we have all these tools and ways to stay connected that have not existed until recently. How beautiful is that? Right? That even during quarantine, we can be connected. What a gorgeous thing. So you focus on that and how good it feels. See, that's the thing. We always drive back to how good it feels to be healthy, to be connected, to still have work, to still have money in the bank, to still have shelter, to still have food, to still have health, to still have friends, right? And so we think about these beautiful things. We expand these good feelings within us. And as we expand these beautiful feelings, the other shit gets smaller. Yeah? And that's how we raise our vibration and keep our energy high, even though the world outside is scary. I'm going to read a question here in a comment. Say here, my shoulders were way up. The breathing made me notice how tense I was. Shoulders are now down and relaxed. Gorgeous, Hope. See, we sometimes don't even know how stressed out we are. Now, this might sound a little silly, but I've been doing mindset work for 11 years now. You want to know what's really interesting? Almost everybody I've ever met doesn't know how stressed out they are until it's pointed out to them, or until something happens in their external world to make them pay attention to it, right? Where, something just happens, it breaks, it goes wrong, they notice a negative thing. But by then it's too late, you see. When we manifest, when we want to keep our energy going, we want to preempt the manifestation. It's too late, right? Once you've manifested the virus, it's too late to manifest health, right? You can start, but your momentum has gone in a negative direction, right? It's the same thing. When people are sick, they focus on their symptoms. They focus on how hard it is to, and I'm not just talking about the coronavirus, I'm talking about everything. When people are sick, the general tendency is to focus on how bad they feel. But whatever you focus on gets larger in your mind. So if you're focusing on how bad you feel, you're going to feel how bad you feel. You're going to feel worse. But if you focus on how good you feel, even when you're sick, or the improvements, even if they're small, then you will make those larger and you will heal even faster, you see. It's the same sort of thing in anything we do. If we want to manifest a body that we love, we focus on the parts of our bodies we love. And as we change through diet or working out or something else that we're doing, we focus on the progress we're making, and we make that even bigger in our minds, and it accelerates the process, right? When you want to keep your money going, even right now, focus on how much money you have, even if it's $5 in the bank, and enjoy that. Once you can raise your ability to appreciate even how much money you have, even if it's a little bit, that expands in your mind and you begin to attract it. If, however, you're looking at your bank account right now and you're thinking, oh my God, I do not have enough. And every single time you think about your money, you're like, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough. Well, that is what you're focusing on. That is what you are believing in, and that is what you are attracting into you. When you have that, use your boxed breathing, calm yourself down, and then begin enjoying, right? Begin enjoying your ability to make money. How much money you have and what it can buy you, what it can get you. in terms of what you might need, right? Look at what you have. Look at all the credit options you've got. Look at all the ways you can loan, borrow money. Look at all the ways you can create money. Look at all the ways you can pivot. Look at all the jobs that you might be able to do for people while they're in quarantine that might bring you even more money. And enjoy all of the opportunities that are out there, right? So you want to raise your vibration by appreciating what you have now, what you still have, what you do have, and the opportunities you might have to make even more, to generate even more. And if you're saying, Dan, I just got, I don't know what's going on, my business is slowing down, my clients don't have a lot of money to hire me. Okay, sure, but that will always be the case. Okay, that will always be the case. You think that after this coronavirus is passed, after we have the vaccine and it's all gone, that suddenly everybody will have enough money to hire you? No, that's ridiculous. There will always be people who cannot afford you. Well, there are always now people who can't afford you. And there are many people who still can. Many people who know that now is the time to invest in themselves. Now is the time to speed up, not slow down, right? Now is the time to really lay in to our businesses, to pivot, to create, to generate, not slow down. But see, if you have this belief that people aren't going to pay, right, then they won't. But that's not in Corona season. That's entirely all the time. If you believe that people are not going to buy your services or cannot pay for your services, you will attract people who cannot pay for your services. Simple as that. When you believe that there are a lot of people out there who need your services and can and will happily pay for them because of coronavirus, right? Then you will attract those people. You following me? So when your mind is led with fear, you will attract more things that scare the shit out of you. When you attract, or when you're focusing on health, you will attract more health. When you are focusing in on service, people will want your services. You see, so what we want to do is keep our energy, keep our vibrations high. Watch out for those beliefs. Watch out for the thoughts that we have that tell us that we can't, or we won't, or we shouldn't. If you have the belief that you shouldn't sell, and there are some people out there who feel that, right? They say, no, should not sell because right now people need money. Well, there are a number of things here that we need to talk about because you are breaking your manifestations, okay? Because in this time, we must work within alignment, right? And so when I hear I should not sell my services or sell my products because right now people need money, what I actually hear is I do not believe that what I serve or how I serve or what I offer is useful. Why the fuck are you selling it ever? Okay? If your shit isn't useful, stop selling it because it's just manipulation, right? Sell things that are actually useful to people. And if they're actually useful to people, then they're probably useful to people now. And if they're useful to people now, sell them, right? If you have a service like, some people say like, coaching is not that important right now. It's not an essential. Really? I once overheard someone talking about how mindset coaching is not an essential service right now. And that mindset businesses will start going down. What a belief is that? Really? Because what I hear in that, if you're a mindset coach like me and you think you shouldn't sell right now, what I hear you saying is, I sell mindset that only works when times are good. When times are good. When things are going well, my stuff works. When things are going badly, my stuff does not. That means your stuff doesn't work ever. And so stop fucking selling it, okay? In that point, you're not a mindset coach, you're a liar. And so go fix your shit, right? If that's what it is, go fix yourself, right? Go find something that you can offer that truly helps people and then sell that. However, if you're saying you're a mindset coach and your stuff works in bad times and in good times, go sell. People need you more than ever, right? That's valuable. Or one of my clients is, he's in fashion. He teaches people how to look beautiful. And so he's feeling like, well, people don't really need his services because they're in quarantine. Really? Did we stop caring how we look? Did we break all of our mirrors? Is that not a challenge? How to dress fun during quarantine? Or how to dress for social isolation or distancing? Right? There are very valuable things in every single thing you teach. Right? If you're a fitness instructor, teach them how to do fitness at home. You don't need to go to a gym. Right now I'm having a lot of challenge finding a business that a coach has that is not useful right now. Or maybe not useful right now with a little pivot. You can always pivot a little bit. Yeah? And then sell. Because look, people need you more than ever. Now, this brings up the next kind of concept here that's very important if you want to keep your money and your manifestations going during Corona season. Right now, more than ever, and I'm going to take a drink for this. Right now, more than ever, it is important that we use coronavirus. We use it, right, to rise. Right now, we must, it is our calling to rise and not shrink. Okay? Because when we operate out of fear and we get smaller, that turns us into victims. And victims do not win wars. We are at war. We are at war with the virus, with our own fears. And we must become heroes of our own stories to win those wars, right? So here's to us being the heroes of our stories, never backing down, never shrinking, never hoarding our money instead of investing it wisely in ourselves, right? Because if you're going to hoard your money instead of investing it in on yourself, really what you're doing is you're shrinking, and you will continue to shrink. And that is not your style, is it? So cheers to you, the hero who will rise, who will grow, who will expand and evolve through Corona season, who will come out not just with grace, come out with new senses of power, new senses of identity, new senses of service, right? So that we can come out and form this new world. Believe it or not, your behavior right now, whether you choose to shrink or grow, will not just change the course of the virus. It might change the course of this world. And we must be powerful if we are to manifest. Yeah? Because that's when we manifest, it is because of our association with Source itself that allows us to be co-creators with the universe and bring in what we want. This is a heroic act. This is not an act of a victim. So cheers to you, heroes watching this, whether you're live or in replayville. So, can you see the theme here? Right? Where we are to be heroes if we want to come out on top of this. And that is a spiritual concept. It really, really is. Because within this concept of spirituality and manifestation, we have the idea that we are here for a reason and that everything happens for a reason. We might not know what that reason is. We might not like that reason. right? Because sometimes those reasons might push you in ways you don't want to be pushed. Now we are confronted with a very real threat. And us humans, we rise to our threats. That's why we're still here, right? We are still here. We are the dominant species on the planet through so many pandemics and so many insane extinction events because we are powerful. We are powerful. You are powerful. We can control our vibrations. We can control our thoughts. We can control our emotions. We can control ourselves. And we can point ourselves in whatever direction we want to go. We can point ourselves to even greater evolution and growth. And know that when the universe comes knocking on our doors, we fucking answer. We don't hide because we're afraid of what's at that door. It's already there. You know, we hide, it's going to break down the door. And it'll find us. Life will always find you. So the question is, will you step up to the plate? Right? Will you find your excitement in this? Yeah? Because whatever you're doing, whatever your business is, you have opportunities here. You can teach, you can serve, you can help. You can make this a better place for even just one other person. And when we turn our minds on to service and empowerment and love, we become powerful. And the more powerful we become in those ways, the more like Source we become, right? Because our higher beings, Source, does not feel fear or stress or anxiety. And when we want to co-create, we must be like Source, right? Have you ever tried to co-create someone who's just complete opposite of you? You know how hard that is? Whenever you want peace, they're loud. Whenever you want to raise it up and have fun, they're trying to take a nap. Whenever you're trying to get some work done, they don't want to cooperate. Whenever you're trying to do your own thing, they just need your attention. You know how fucking hard that is, right? Imagine that. Now imagine the universe trying to give you things and you aren't paying attention, right? The universe wants to give you love and all you're focused in on is how isolated you are in quarantine. The universe wants to give you money, but all you're focused on is how little you have. The universe wants to give you health, but all you can focus on is how many people are dying out there. The universe wants to give you strength, but all you're doing is watching the goddamn news and freaking yourself out, right? We must be more like Source to co-create with Source. Now that also means quit watching the news so much, right? Read the news only during these times, because when you watch, you can't skim TV, right? And the thing is that right now, a lot of people are freaking themselves out under the guise of being informed, right? This happened earlier, where someone came up to me and was reading an article about how many people died in one day in Italy yesterday. And my thought was, I don't live in Italy, and even if I did, why is that important? Why do I need to know that? Oh, it's important. Why? Because people died. Why is it important to you now? You know what I mean? So we read this because we want to know what's going on. We want to be informed. But how much of that is truly useful for you? How much of that information can help you right now protect the people you care about? Does knowing how many people died in this country help you? Does it really? Right? Does knowing what's going on in a hospital right now, is that really going to help you if you don't have anybody who lives there, right? Or who is there? Why do you need to know? The only reason you need to know is if you're planning on going there. Why the fuck are you planning on going there? Right? If you're planning on going there, just go there already, because it'll happen. But, right, if we want, and that's, by the way, if you've been following me, that's why I post constantly positive news. Constantly positive news. Because Why are we focusing on what hurts us, hoping that we will get relief, right? When you do that, when you read the news and you're just letting it all in without filtering it or discerning, what you're doing is it's like you have a cut in your hand and you're pushing in on it as hard as you can, wishing the pain would stop. You're doing it to yourself. Knock it off, right? If you want the pain to stop, stop the pain. Yeah? Are you getting that? It's like, if someone is telling you shit you don't want to hear, stop fucking listening to them. You don't need to listen to every station on the radio. It's like those people out there who, why they're claiming they're so stressed out, but all they're listening to things is to things that are stressing them out. People saying like, oh, I can't get out of my anxiety, but all they're doing is they're reading and watching things that give them anxiety. How silly is that? Right? So I will ask of you to be very careful about the news, the sources that you take in, and how much you take in and what you take in. Because we are in control of our thoughts. You are in control of your thoughts. And it is your spiritual responsibility to monitor your thoughts and make sure your thoughts, your emotions, your energy is aligned with what you want. Okay? Want more, you want more freak out? Go read shit that'll freak you out. Simple as that. You want more health? Go read things that remind you of health. You want to feel good? Go focus on how good you feel now. Right? That's why things like play is some spiritual shit, right? People keep on thinking that spirituality has only to do with God, right? Or big things, or praying, or meditation. Nah. Go play. That is spiritual. Why? Because it raises your vibration and it helps you focus on things that are good and fun and warm and beautiful. It helps you feel love. And what more spiritual thing is there than love? And what better healer is there than love? Right? So FaceTime with people. Go to netflixparty.com, get the app, and watch a movie with your friends. Oh, Dan, watching a movie on Netflix, could that be spiritual? As long as you're loving up on the people you're watching it with, yes, it is. It absolutely is. What a beautiful thing, right? So, play more. Use your box breathing. Calm your mind down. Focus on what you want. Keep real good care of your thoughts and your energy and your emotions. Watch where you're getting your information from. Validate it. There's a lot of stupid shit being said online right now by people who want certainty because it makes them feel comfortable. Okay? Validate it. Unsubstantiated facts are not facts. Fake news is dangerous. Right now, fake news could fucking kill someone. Not to scare you, but to raise your attention, to help you read into your responsibility to yourself and to the people around you, right? Feed the people around you with love. Feed yourself with love. Have as much fun as you can. And every day you breathe well, thank yourself and thank the source that gave you that breath, right? Love up on your money. Love up on all of everything. Practice gratitude right now, more than ever. Practice gratitude for all the things you have and all the things that are still coming your way. We can beat this, but we must beat the fear. You want your money to keep on coming in? You want your manifestations to keep on coming in? Be empowered at all times. Okay? Use all the strategies that I've given you here today, and you will find a significant shift in how you feel. Now, there's a question also, right? How do we use spirituality while we're stuck at home, right? Okay, I'm going to give you the neuropsychological and spiritual solution to this because it's the same. And I've already given it to you, right? You want to be as creative as possible. It's really hard to do that when you're stressed out. I'm not asking you whether you can be creative while you're stressed. Because the people who say, no, Dan, I'm actually still creative while I'm stressed out, I will say you do not even know how creative you can be when you're not stressed out. Right? Is that we want to be flowing, right? And creativity comes from a part of your brain that gets turned off when you're in stress or anxiety. Spiritually, when you are in a place of excitement, joy, gratitude, bliss, love, these higher vibrations, you are even closer to your higher being, your inner being, whatever you want to call it, aligning with source. That means that more ideas will funnel through you. That means you will up-level your creativity and your strategy. So, if you want to make even more money while you're at home, get even more creative, right? Seems pretty obvious, right? Because you're going to have to come up with ideas you have not in the past. You won't do it while you're freaked out. You just won't. Whatever ideas that you'll have are not even close to a fraction of how good they would be when you're coming from a place of love and excitement. So when you want to use spirituality in order to help yourself out, make sure as much as you can that you pay attention to your energy. When your energy rises, you are getting closer to your higher being, and you're funneling energy within your brain from freak out into creativity. Yeah? When your energy drops, or you feel heavier, or you're feeling resistance, pushback, your energy in your brain is going into freak out, and you're getting further away from source and your inner being. That makes it hard for you to get the ideas that'll help you manifest even more money and opportunity. Yeah? So what you want to do when you're feeling that, come up with a list of all the things you absolutely love in your life, that you love to think about, that put you in a good mood. Create a list of music, movies, shows, clips, clothing, foods, activities, everything that get you into an even higher vibration, that help you feel even more confident, that help you feel even more excited. And just keep that on your phone or keep that posted somewhere on your wall. And then when you feel that your energy is dipping or you caught your energy low, go read that and go do something to pull your energy back up. Right? Now, you want to do this in a moment as well, because you might catch yourself saying something that lowers your energy, right? Like you might just dip in and you might be talking to someone and they may say, oh, did you hear the news? And your energy already starts dipping, even just hearing it. You can say no and thank you very much for keeping that to yourself, right? Or no and it's okay, right? I don't need to know right now. It's perfectly fine. And when you're thinking that, if that brings your energy up, you know you've done the right thing. If that pulls your energy down even more or keeps it low, then come up with something else. Maybe your energy will go higher if you say, haven't heard the news, but do I need to know it? Right? Is this something that I really need to know? If by thinking that brings your energy up, that's a correct answer for you. So you might run through a couple real quick, right? Or you can just edit it. Oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean that. This is what I mean to say. Yeah? But you can do that with every single thing. When you go pick out your clothing, what gets your energy high? It happened to me this morning. I went to reach for something and I can feel my energy go down. Like, oh, okay, I guess my body doesn't want to wear that. I want to eat something. My brain goes, this is healthy, you just made it. Go eat that. My body starts energy going down. I guess I don't want that, right? Edit your thoughts, edit your actions, your behaviors in real time based on whether they're bringing your energy up or down. And eventually with practice, you'll have an entire day that is just in alignment with you. Because remember, when your energy goes up, you're getting into even greater alignment with yourself. You're pushing energy from freak out into creativity and strategy. You're connecting even more with source. This helps you manifest even faster, get intuition even faster, get messages and ideas even faster. So the more time you spend in alignment, the more things you choose that raise your vibration even a little bit, the faster all of these beautiful things will happen for you. Yeah? And that's where also box breathing and all of the other strategies that I've given you today really kick in. Yeah, that's how you do it. Have a lot of fun. Have a lot of fun. And I don't care. You go, Dan, I'm too stressed out. Don't give a shit. Go figure out how to have fun. I don't care if you need to watch cat videos for half an hour until you calm yourself down. By the way, if you do your box breathing, it shouldn't take that long. It should take you about 30 seconds, right? But that's where that list, when you write down all the things that make you happy, make you joyful, help you, that's where that comes in. Because when we're really low, it's hard for us to think about things that are really high. Well, you don't have to think about it if you have it written down, right? So, cheers to you. These are the last cheers of this Spirit Shots. Cheers to you. Cheers to your health. Cheers to your life. Cheers to your joy and your love and your service to others. Cheers to you getting new business ideas, pivoting, finding new ways to serve each other and make money during these times. Here's to you calling in the support you need. And here's to you calling in the love and the health that you need. May you get through these times in glorious fashion. And may you look back in 5 years on the behavior that you exhibit now while you are telling other people your hero story. Because right now, I mean, you know the hero's journey story, right? You've heard it before. Right? If you're a coach or a business owner, you know you've been telling your hero story. You are writing it right now. Your behavior, whether you choose to shrink or grow, will reverberate throughout the rest of your life. Are you living in a way that will inspire others for years to come? Are you living in a way right now that is a hero's life during challenging times? Or are you playing a victim? Are you getting into even greater alignment with your higher self? Or are you furthering yourself? Right? Well, cheers to you for deciding, because I know you decided to be the hero. I know you decided to empower yourself and be the manager of your thoughts and your emotions, your energy. I know that you are ready to step up because you are not a quitter, because I do not attract quitters or victims into my energy field. And so, cheers to you, brave souls, my people, right? My tribe. I love you to death. And I want you to see in the mirror health and vibrance and abundance. And if you need to listen to this again and watch it again, do it, right? And if you want to reach out to me, I'm here for you. I'm not going to try to sell you on shit. Reach out to me if you need some help. If you feel like you need to just vent or just you want someone to talk you off the ledge or help calm you down, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. And I love you. Cheers. Double shot for that? Double shot for that. But this will be a smaller one because the last one was actually pretty big. Double shot of love. Friends, be good to yourselves. Be good to the people you love. Go and FaceTime someone you care about. Okay? Go do that right now. Even if it's just a 2-second, hey, I love you, done. I gotta go do something else. Yeah. And from me to you, hey, I love you, but right now, I gotta go do something else. Until next time, see ya.